All right, so I'm working on the butterfly. Where I left off, I just made that notch with the eraser tool. In the left wing, now I'll make a little matching notch, or alternating notch, I guess, in this wing. I think that will look nice. It's a way of framing it. Okay. Now I go to a new layer on top. I'm going to use the Blob brush tool. Same old things. Oh, I need a little notch here for my design. And I was playing with putting a little acorn there. I might. We'll see. The bulk of my design is done. Now it's just little freehand details, because all the symmetry work's been worked out, and all the tough details. Just see how far I want to push these things. These other ideas I had. Okay, Blob brush. Lock other layers you're not using. Might go a little bit thicker. A 6 point. I'm going to go ahead and just draw right through the needles so I don't interrupt my curve. And since the Blob brush creates a filled path for me, I can always just erase it out. The trouble I'm having is tapering at the end. There we go. On an upward stroke, I have to figure out that technique. Again, I can use the smooth tool to work on all of these after the fact. Right now I'm using the smooth function in the Blob brush to do a lot of that smoothing for me. So even when my initial mark is shaky, it will smooth it out when it renders it. You can see all of the fine control we get with Illustrator. And that's why when you do logos professionally, you just go back and forth on little variations over and over and over again. So that's quite annoying. Here you should just have fun with it. I'm being pretty true to my sketch because I liked the idea. And then I sketched it again with marker to refine the things that were still bugging me. And the marker helped me understand where I need to make it thicker, what the balance of black and white would be in the design. All important tasks. though I had perfect circles in the cross, the ones on the butterfly wings I want to be a little more hand done. And these back wings I want to be a little thinner in outline than the front. Now these I took as oaks, or I designed these to be kind of oak stumps, or actually wood stumps from like Monterey cypress. So a lot of curves. It's a very Japanese kind of influenced element. But actually I should do that on a different layer. Let me just work on the things I can control. So once you kind of know how you're going to approach it and get the different effects, you can make a lot of progress. It does take finesse though. And if you're having trouble making a curve or something, you can use the hand tool just by pressing down the space bar. And you can zoom in, and you can try to find the right angle. So if I'm going to zoom in for these. So I want to do nice light curved lines. And it looks like for my design I want them to go all the way to the base. Even though I'm drawing on top of my original sketch. Actually, I like that. I like that open instead. I'm informed by my marker sketch where the line should be thickest. But then I'm using my own judgment as well. Okay, eraser tool, erase out the inside of these needles so that they actually overlap with the butterfly. I'm curious how that works, or if I should have them go behind. Yeah, I think I'll leave it like that. I like that. Okay, now is a good time to switch to a new layer and work on some of these oak branches, or I'm sorry, these stumps, cypress stumps. This is the very bottom of one of the eagle's wings. And I'm relying on my marker sketch a lot for figuring out how I'm negotiating the spaces. Notice I'm not using the pen tool for any of this because this is all kind of freehand stuff. But I can use the smooth tool. I have lots of different options to refine it. Especially with the tablet and pressure sensitivity turned on. The harder I press, the thicker it is. The lighter I press, the thinner it is. I did want to bring out this acorn detail in coat of arms and medieval heraldry. It symbolizes a love of antiquity, history, and heritage. And so instead of just filling it in black, make sure there's a little bit of texture in there. That suggests that acorn bumpiness. And the most detailed work are the legs of this butterfly. I have the echo for them here. I want them to really be sharp. That's going to be tricky, and I might have to refine that with the pencil tool or the pen tool after. Oh, and I got to bring in the key if I want the key still. All right. So for this, I'm going to make my blob brush smaller. Let it have full variation. So I can go quite a bit thinner. More needle-like.